Okay, guys, I'm back. I actually had to pause and get everything ready for what we're going to be doing here. So, here is this first gift, and I'm trying to think how to bring this about. Maybe I should just open it and talk about it, right? Let's open it and we'll talk about it. Okay, so here you go. Oh, from me and Annika to the backers, and anyone, of course, who's pledging for Dungeon Crusade. We hope you like this. And it's not an MXR compressor, I assure you. So inside is, to the side, whoever wrapped these pretty good. What's inside is Valor Tokens. I don't want to get it too close. Valor Tokens won't probably be this big. This is, again, done in-house. Cardboard, probably a little bit smaller. And here is what Valor Tokens are. Notice that there's 6 of these, okay? Annika, a while ago I asked Annika to create these for something I implemented into the game way earlier this year. And I kept it a surprise till now. So Valor Tokens are this. And this came up with play testing, and it adds a real certain excitement to the game and an edge to the game, and especially all of you Crusaders who want to prove how awesome you are. This is for you. Let me explain. You know, like in Dungeon Crusade, it's party-based. Okay, you know, you could rally heroes together. So, you know, you use your tokens here. Say these heroes were here, you know, and oh, we actually have tokens right here. Another, the initiative tokens. So, you know, each hero gets one. In the upkeep phase, you lay out your strategies, your tactics. You know, you observe the dungeon, what's going on, and then you assign these. But on the reverse side is rally. And so you could rally heroes together. And I said that's one of the keys to victory is rallying heroes together to take on some of these monsters. But I thought that it needed a dimension where there's going to be some players out there who are going to try to solo things. So I wanted to offer that. So we're going to say that me, even though I would never attempt what we're about to see, that's a normal difficulty. This is kind of crazy, but higher difficulties, this is insane. Let's say that we're level 1, Maheliak's here, and I announced to, whether I'm playing solo or other people, I'm going to try to go in for a Valor kill. And meaning I'm going to try to gain one of these tokens, and I'll explain the benefits of doing what I'm going to explain. To gain a Valor token, we noticed, first of all, this deals with only champion monsters, okay? To gain one, you have to enter in solo. A hero goes in to prove his, you know, courage and, you know, how awesome they are by killing a monster on their own. So you have to have no prior knowledge of what monster's inside. Of course, you can see there's there's a level 2 monster, a level 3 champion is guarding a quest item. So you can't know what monster's inside. And playing Dungeon Crusade, you really never know what's inside of a chamber. So then you would announce, I'm going to go in for a Valor kill. Again, he's level 1, and I actually gave him some items here. Let's take a look at this. Here's his card. So we're saying that Albus ran back to the village, and he brought back a royal scepter. You know, we gave him the gold. So our barbarian, you can see, he's incredibly well versed in chaos warfare, really good with physical. However, he's not too good with spiritual. And remember, when I created this, these heroes aren't like superheroes. You know, you have to really rely on each other or build your hero to build on what they're weak in. So right here, spiritual warfare, he has a -2, meaning for spiritual warfare rolls, he's going to have to minus if he's fighting a monster who's strong in that. So what I did was I had Albus go back to the village and bring back the royal scepter. +1 damage, but right here it adds +2. So now what we did is we made the Maheliak barbarian more proficient in spiritual warfare, so he has a better chance of landing a hit. Okay, so back to this, knowing what he's equipped with. So say we were playing, and I tell you I'm going to go in for a Valor kill. So what we do is, again, you have 2 actions in Dungeon Crusade. You roll for movement. So he has a 3. Okay, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. open the door, and go in. Now, there's a quest item here, and again, I'll show you this, Annika. I gave her my prototype. There is the quest item backing for the tokens. So he's going to go in here by himself and try to fight a level 3 monster at level 1. I do not recommend this. This is not good gameplay strategy at all. This is nuts. Okay, so we're going to go over here. See over there? I'm going to go over here to the level 3 monster deck and pull the level 3 champion card. Bring it back here. So we're going to turn it over, and it is a succubus. Real quick, Freddie Lopez, absolutely incredible art. Background was Tom Feldman, and they just did an incredible job. Really, thank you guys. In the frame, Cameron Brown. So what happens is he's fighting a level 3 monster. However, so since we're going in solo, you notice the rewards here. You know, you have a loot roll of 16 plus. You're going to get 100 gold and 2 life force tokens. If you successfully kill a monster and gain a Valor token, you get double the amount shown for doing so. And we're going to demo combat. And then I'm going to explain what happens if you get a Valor token. So let's explain a little bit about combat right now. So we see that he's, this succubus is versed in mythical warfare. There's a token, that's final stuff. Warfare token on the other side. So we're going to put this over here on the combat chart just for a second. She's versed in spiritual warfare. There you go, that's final art for that. And finally, chaos, which is good because Maheliak, Barbarian, is versed in that, okay? So let's back this up over here. And so we're looking at the combat chart here. This is the warfare chart. Now you could do one of two ways. When we're about to start combat, you're going to shuffle these around. Or what I've been doing, you just take them and you shake them. And then I just randomly place them down. Just just like that. So we can see in phase 1, spiritual warfare came up. Phase 2 is mythical. And then phase 3 is chaos. We're going to take our warfare tokens, just like what we see on here, and we're going to decide what phase we're going to attack and defend in. So right off the bat, let's go back over here. Look at his card. Well, of course, for the third phase is chaos warfare. So that's phase 3. So what we're going to do is come over here. We're going to attack, push this up. So we're going to attack in phase 3. We're going to come back here and take the phase 3 token and place it on the unbalanced axe, because this is, of course, phase 3. This is chaos warfare weapon, and we're going to have a good chance of landing a hit, although this is a very tough monster. Phase 1, as we saw, is spiritual warfare. Again, we have the royal scepter, so we're going to assign, we're going to attack in phase 1, and we're just going to lay that here. And this was kind of like it was before, but this is just more easy now because you actually can designate, and plus playing with other heroes, who's going to attack in what phase. Finally, this is like both of his hands. He has 2 weapons equipped. So we'll push this up, so we're going to attack, and then finally we're going to have to defend, because you can only attack 1 time with each weapon in combat. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put this on his hero card. He is defending. Okay, you got that? You see how that works? So let's bring the dice box over here. I'm sure you remember this. Okay? And we are going to get dice cup, and we're going to get the mythical dice. We're going to get the spiritual dice and the chaos warfare dice. Now let's see what we have to beat. So we see the succubus here has, the first number is their warfare value, okay? So we have to meet or exceed 15, for spiritual 13, and chaos warfare phase 16. If we miss, this is when you're testing how proficient you are, or your hero is. We're going to take, the second number is the damage that your hero is going to take. So, and we already saw how this is all laid out here, down here. I'm going to lay that there so you can see. Okay, so we're going to roll and see. And of course, on his hero card, we get to add any kind of bonuses, because remember, this is how proficient they are. and then, like +2, +3, but we're going to have to, -2 from the spiritual warfare roll. I think you'd see a few rounds and you'll get this. This is actually an elite monster. We're not going to talk about their special abilities, but just know when you enter a chamber, you have to deal with these. But for now, we'll just keep it, just for a combat. You can tell an elite by the gold star, and then the normal version has a silver star. Okay? So that's how you can tell them apart. Normal monsters just have their origin stories I wrote. Gold star denotes that you're dealing with an elite monster.